everyone, so today I wanted to do this makeup look. It's inspired by Kim Kardashian's look that she wore to the 2015 Grammys, which was about a week ago. She did this all. Her makeup artist, Mercier, did this gorgeous olivey, sort of goldy, smoky, sort of really pretty, sparkly eye, and I wanted to sort of recreate it and put my own twist on it. So this was my look that I created, which is very, very heavily inspired by her look. I thought it was just gorgeous how her skin was so glowy, her eye makeup was so pretty and just really girly, and I just wanted to recreate it for you. My hair is just curled quite messily and then brushed out. I curled it all towards my face, which I wouldn't say she necessarily did, but if you're interested in how I did my hair, then so yeah, my hair isn't exactly the same. And she wore her, because she's recently cut it short, she wore her short hair over one of her eyes as well. So this is just, the makeup is very heavily inspired by the hair and not so much, but if you just wanted to recreate her look, it's just sort of a really long bob but just really messily curled, and yeah, just pulled over her eye. But yeah, so this is my take on Kim Kardashian's Grammy look for the 2015 awards. Like I said, I loved this look. I loved creating it. I think it's just so pretty. Today is Valentine's Day, so this is the look that I am wearing today. I'll probably say there's going to be a blog post up on like my outfit of the day for Valentine's Day, everything like that. So if you want to see how I created this Kim K or Kim Kardashian West inspired Grammys look, then keep on watching.
So the first thing I'm doing today is going in with my face, and today I'm using my Avon Magic's Face Perfecting Primer. I'm just applying this on my T-zone and anywhere areas that I have got large pores or texture to my skin. I'm then going in with my Mercier Foundation Primer in the Radiance formula. I'm applying this onto the tops of my cheekbones and on the outer edges of my face, just to give us a nice glowy skin look. I'm then going in with my True Match foundation from Loreal, and I'm just applying this all over my skin. Kim is famous for her gorgeous glowy bronze complexion, so this foundation is a little darker than my skin tone, as you can see, because I'm extremely pale at the moment. So all I'm going to do is apply this all over my face, and I'm also going to take it down my neck as well, as you can now see me doing. This is just going to make sure that everything blends well, everything is covered, and everything looks natural and bronzed and glowy. For my highlight today, I'm going in with my Maybelline Anti-Age The Eraser Concealer. I believe this is in the light shade, and it's just going to create a really gorgeous sort of natural highlighted look to our skin. Kim looked like she did have a highlight, but it wasn't too overpowering all over her face, but it was really pale underneath her eyes. So I'm just going in this with my sort of base highlighted product at the moment, and then I'm going to lighten it all up a little bit later with a different highlighter. I'm now going in and setting the concealer we've applied so far, and I'm using the shade of Vanilla out of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. This is just going to create a nice pale highlighter on our skin, so it just stands out a lot. Like underneath her eyes were extremely sort of vanilla-y pale shade. So I'm just highlighting everything with this colour so I don't add too much warmth to the areas which I want light. now going in and setting the rest of my face with my MAC Mineralise Skin Finish Natural. Just applying this quite lightly over the rest of my skin. It looks like I'm going in a bit heavy, but I'm literally just dabbing the product and then dotting it over my face. Hardly any product comes out, but it's just enough to set all of our foundation in place. So I'm now going in with my Nivea lip balm in the flavour Milk and Honey, and I'm just moisturising my lips because they are fairly dry today, so I've just popped some moisturiser on those. And I'm now going in with my MAC Fluid Line Brow Gel Cream in the shade Dirty Blonde, and I'm applying this to my brows. All of my usual brow brushes were dirty today, so I had to use an eyeliner brush. It kind of worked, but I then went in a bit later and filled them in a little bit more and made them a little bit more perfect. But it wasn't too bad. If you run out of brushes, an eyeliner brush isn't too bad. And I'm now going in with my MAC Prep and Prime highlighter just to highlight my brow bone. So I'm just taking this underneath my brow. This is just going to make our brows stand out a lot more and look very defined, which is what Kim's look kind of looked like she had going on. I'm now going in with my eyes, and today I am using my Urban Decay Primer Potion first of all on my lid to prime them, and then I'm going to go in with my MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly just to cover any discolorations, veining or any redness on my lid, just to prep them ready for our eyeshadow application. So my first colour product today, I'm going in with the Estee Lauder Stay in Place Shadow Cream in the shade Golden Sands, and I'm just placing this all over my lid, up into my crease and towards my brow bone. Kim had this gorgeous sort of goldy green shimmery eye, and I went all the way from her lash line up to her brow bone. So this is just going to be our sort of gold shimmery base that we're just going to apply all over our lid, and like I said, up to our brow bone. I'm also just applying some with a smaller brush underneath on my eye on my lower lash line as well. So for my first eyeshadow, I'm using Tempting by MAC. I'm just applying this over my eyelid only. This is just going to add a little bit more depth to our eyelid with applying just a little bit of the sort of browny gold shade. The actual star of the shade is this MAC eyeshadow in the shade Sumptuous Olive, which is an amazingly gorgeous shade. Just applying it with a blending brush all over my lid and all the way up to my brow bone. It sort of changes as you move, so sometimes it looks quite browny, other times it looks really goldy, other times it looks really greeny. It's just a really gorgeous colour, and this is pretty much the only shade I used all over my eye. So we're now going in with this Essence eyeshadow in Party All Night, and I'm just applying it from my inner corner and about halfway on to my lid. This is just going to add some light to our look, because it looked like she had a lot of green, but she also had some lighter gold areas too, which is what this shade is going to be achieving. I then went back in with my blending brush with no more product and blended it together. To highlight my inner corner today, I'm using MAC eyeshadow in the shade Nylon, which is a gorgeous goldy shimmery light eyeshadow, and I'm just applying it in the inner corners. I'm now aligning my lower waterline with my Urban Decay 24/7 liner in the shade Bourbon or Bourbon, however you want to say it. Just a really gorgeous warm brown shade, which if you look at the photos of her Grammy makeup, it looked like she had a really warm shade in her lower lash line. So now going in and lining my eyes with a black eyeliner. It looked like she had a very sort of minimalist line of black on her eyelids, but I just flicked out a little bit because her lashes were really long and really beautiful, and I just thought adding this wing was going to make mine appear longer and look a lot nicer and flared out at the corners, whilst also lifting our eyes. So I'm just taking this all over the lid along my lash line. I'm now curling my eyelashes, and I'm then going to go in with my Maybelline The Rocket Volume Mascara, starting off on my bottom lashes and then working a couple of coats onto my top lashes. Kim Kardashian has gorgeous lashes. I'm not sure if they're just her real ones on the picture, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be, but they are just so gorgeously natural and long, and they just have this gorgeous doe eye effect. So I just applied quite a few coats to my bottom eyelashes just to make them stand out a little bit long, make them look fuller and longer, and I'm also applying a couple of coats onto my top eyelashes as well. Kim's lashes were gorgeously long and natural. Unfortunately, mine aren't that nice in real life, so I applied some falsies. These ones are the red cherries in the number 523, I believe, and I'm just applying it with my Duo Lash Adhesive in the clear formula. I'm just applying them with a pair of tweezers onto my upper lash line, and just created really gorgeous long eyelashes to complete the look. So like I said earlier, I wanted a lot brighter highlight underneath my eyes and on certain areas of my face. So I'm just going in with my Prep and Prime highlighter in the shade Radiant Rose from M.A.C. And as you can see, I'm just applying it in a triangular shape all the way from my inner corner of my eye back towards my hairline, down to the bottoms of my nose as well. She just has this really gorgeous highlighted face, but it was only in certain areas. So it was down the nose, a little bit on the chin, underneath the eyes, and a tiny bit on the forehead. So that's why I wanted to go in with quite a natural highlight to start with, so it wasn't all in your face, it was just certain areas that I could play around with and pick up. So as you can see, I'm just blending that all into my skin again, being careful not to remove or take away any of that eyeshadow on our lower lash line. I'm then just going back in with that vanilla shade from the Anastasia Contour Kit, just to really set and brighten all of that highlighter we just applied. Although I applied the liquid product already over some of this powder, the product is so lightweight and liquidy that it didn't really settle or cake up with the powder. So it's always best not to apply liquid on top of powder, but in some cases you can get away with it. So as you can see, I'm just applying mascara back onto my lashes just to help blend all of my eyelashes together, make them look really full and defined and long, especially on my lower lashes. And I'm just going back in with my eyeliner and making sure everything is nice and neat and ready. So as you can see, I'm just covering any of the band or glue up with my liquid eyeliner as well. There was a little bit of my eyelash that wasn't sticking, so I just went in with the bottom of my tweezers, applied a tiny bit of lash glue, and then sorted that lash out. And again, just going back in with some mascara to make gorgeous lashes, just like Kim's. So I'm now going to be bronzing up my skin. To start with, I'm going in with the Havana shade from the Contour Kit, and I'm just applying this with a sort of large contoured brush and just bronzing up my skin. Like I keep saying, Kim has gorgeous bronze skin which is really glowy, so I'm just applying it sort of to where my cheekbones are, down my neck, along my jawline, and also around the temples. Anywhere where the sun would naturally hit you and you want a natural sort of glowy holiday look. Kim always has gorgeously defined cheekbones and bone structure in her face, so I'm going in with Fawn, again from the Anastasia Contour Kit, and just with a smaller contour brush. I'm really chiseling out my cheekbones and also around my temple, just to give a nice shape to my face. Like I said, she's always contoured and beautifully presented, and her cheekbones and bone structure is always flawless. So I'm just connecting everything up, so around my jawline and also down my neck, and then I'm going to contour my nose a little bit more heavier than I usually do, just to combine everything together, complete the whole entire look and look more like Kim, I guess. So I'm now going in with my Duo Fibre brush as I always do. Just blend everything together so there's no harsh lines and it just looks lovely and natural. Just going back in with that vanilla shade one last time just to define the highlight, just so none of it has been taken away from the bronzing or the contouring of the products. So I'm just making sure that highlight really stands out and nothing has disappeared. For my blush today, I'm going in with this M.A.C Mineralise blush in the shade Pressed Amber. This was from a collection a little while ago now, but one similar to it is Dim Infusion by Hourglass, which is also a gorgeous blush and is going to give you a really gorgeous glow. As you can see, I just blended it on my cheekbones and where my apps on my cheeks are. For a lovely glow today, I'm going in with M.A.C's Soft and Gentle Skin Finish. She didn't really look like she had a lot of highlighter going on, but I know that she always normally has quite a bit of highlighter going on. Only looked like she sort of had a glow to her upper lip and a little bit on her cheeks. But I just wanted to make everything sort of tie together, and I just wanted to add a little bit for fun, and you know, it's the Grammys, so I just applied a little bit more than what she looked like she had on. So as you can see, I'm just going in and defining my upper lip, down the side of my nose and also my cheekbones. And then going back in with that Duo Fibre brush and blending everything together so everything is seamlessly and natural. So like I said earlier, I wasn't quite happy with my brows, so I'm just going back in with my Archery pencil from Soap&Glory to finish and fix those. They just weren't quite as filled in as I wanted them to be, because Kim has gorgeously groomed brows. They're a perfect shape, they're perfectly filled in, they just look perfectly natural really. So I just wanted to go in and perfect my brows a little bit more, because this is such a pretty look. I just wanted everything to be complete. So I'm just going in and setting, seeing as I've applied all of my powder products. I'm just going in with my Pro Longwear waterproof brow set from M.A.C again, and this is in the shade Empathetically Blonde. Kim had a gorgeous naturally nude lip, so I'm just going in with my Grege lip pencil from Dior, of course, and I'm just lining the outer edges of my lips with this. I'm just defining the shape that I want, and then I'm just ever so slightly filling in the sort of middle of my lips as well. She had a very sort of pale nude for her skin tone, and I know obviously I'm not the same skin tone as what Kim Kardashian is, but I'm working with what I had, and I went for a paler nude that would suit my skin tone even. So I'm just going in with Creme de Nude from M.A.C, and I'm just applying that into the inner areas of my lip, which we haven't applied the lip pencil to. And then I'm just going to go in with my finger, as I pretty much always do, and just blend the lipstick into our lips. Just looks a lot natural and it sits on the lips a lot better. I wanted to add a little bit of gloss to the look, and this is Underage from M.A.C again. She looked like she had a really gorgeous sheen to the lips. It wasn't too glossy, but it definitely wasn't matte either. So I just applied this and then blended it in with my finger. So that is the finished look for you. I hope you enjoyed it. This is my interpretation of Kim's Grammys 2015 makeup that she wore. I really loved this. This is what I wore for Valentine's Day, and Luke loved it and everyone loved it. It was such a gorgeous, pretty, girly look. I absolutely adored it. So thank you ever so much for watching. Please don't forget to thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to see more videos every Monday and Friday at 2 PM. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all very soon.